have Fluttershy in her winter wear as she prepares to go to Yakistan, and looking displeased at Discord for snapping up that volcano along the train tracks to try and keep her in Ponyville. For the first time in quite a few examples, we have a return of the beautiful, gorgeous backgrounds. These backgrounds look even more gorgeous than what I would typically see in anime or video games. It just has this real peaceful, small village feel to it. Pine trees and a barrel and a house. There's a lot going on, but it's very soft, so it's not too distracting. But it feels like you're in a real place. It's almost like a photograph with an anime character pushed over it. And we have this one of Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy as they play buckball, and Pinkie Pie is posed in the upside-down headstand pose that she uses to kick the buckballs oftenly. There's a dolly in the background, and there's some great Western-style cow horn, horseshoe date, Appaloosa type details going on in the background. It's another great background, but what I really love is Pinkie Pie's pose. I absolutely love the whole upside down thing and the way gravity seems to be pulling on all of her details. And she has all these nice little folds and shadows falling on her as well. Now we approach the season finale with Trixie and Starlight as they try to get over that whole thing of talking about the changelings and trying to figure out if Trixie herself is a changeling or not. Since the lighting is different, I can't tell, but I think this is a slightly different coloring for Trixie than the last time we saw her, and I feel the same way about Starlight Glimmer, but it could be just the difference in the lighting. Anyhow, it's a nighttime shot, a great background with the night sky and bushes in the corner, and Trixie's wagon on the left side. The shadows for the nighttime scene also make this whole thing look a lot more interesting, and I love Trixie's expression on her face as well. It really looks like she was dragged out of bed and just wants to go to sleep. And then we have this one of Trixie and Starlight when Trixie's put inside the bubble, when Thorax was present and Trixie was freaking out at Thorax. Again, the same criticisms as last time. Great shadows, nice lighting effect, and I love these little ripples around Trixie's hands especially. I also noticed that we've moved the magic glow off of the unicorn horn that no longer exists, and we've placed it around the hands. This one of Rainbow Dash chillaxing is another great pose. I love how relaxed she looks, and I like the swimsuit that she's in. And even better details those awesome sunglasses. Not a whole lot going on in the background, but I do love the pose overall. There's even some extra details if you study the tan lines, and you can see Rainbow Dash's diversity in possible fashions. This one of Applejack and Rarity from Applejack's Day Off looks real nice too. It's a nice little Rarity looking relaxed and fancy, with Applejack looking simple and kind of shy as they relax in the steam bath. And we resist the temptation to make this a fully mature subject picture as well, and keep the clothes on these characters. It still looks like it came right out of an anime too. This is a nice one here. Anime style Maud Pie with a really nice, soft, not too distracting Rockefeller Center background. And then Rarity and Pinkie Pie are chibified with their emotions going on in the chibi form. It's another thing that you see happen a lot in anime, or cartoons like the original Teen Titans. Once again, this feels like something that was lifted right out of a manga or an anime episode. It just seems that good. It took me a while to realize what this was, but then I remembered this is Sweetie Belle from the episode where the CMC are trying to figure out what they can do with their free time, and she suggests square dancing. And then Stoodaloo suggests mountain climbing, and then Apple Bloom suggests doing both at the same time. One of the few pictures this artist has done of the CMC, and I love the way the ensemble looks overall. It's a nice set of colors and little starry sequins and boots and so forth. The only thing that this lacks is the depiction of the new cutie mark. And while that wouldn't be necessarily visible, I do wonder what the CMC would look like if they had cutie marks, and where those cutie marks would be attached in this artist's vision of the CMC and their cutie marks. In fact, I haven't seen a lot of cutie marks in most of these pictures. I've seen a few once in a while, but not that oftenly. I like to think that if you compare a picture of a human CMC before the cutie mark and a human CMC after the cutie mark, that there would be a clear sign of maturity difference between the two pictures. This is a nice picture of Luna and Celestia standing back to back using their pictures. There's a lot of bright lighting going on here, almost a Northern Lights kind of background as well. There's some clouds and smoke. I can't really tell what exactly is going on, but I like all of the lighting effects. There's a great one of Luna as Nightmare Moon as she sits on the throne in her alternate future. And we have this beautiful star background and a few other little subtle details going on as well. It's one of the few pictures we have of human Luna, and she looks absolutely amazing in this particular picture. Oh, I just realized that's not the sky behind her, that's her starry mane. And then you can see through it, of course, that's the walls behind it. I thought at first that was the sky and that the walls were clear. But now I see it's the other way around. Okay, yeah, I get what's happening. But I still absolutely love this look for Luna. And this one is from What About Discord, where Pinkie Pie was getting drunk off of Twilight's magic spell and chugging it down. Twilight has a real smug look on her face, and Pinkie Pie looks funny with the sort of drunken blush on her and the little intoxicated pose that she has going on. It's a nice detail to have Fluttershy off to the corner where she's barely visible, and you can see parts of the thrones and the castle in the background as well. It makes the place look full and lived in instead of empty, so you normally wouldn't take a photograph this way, but this is how you would frame things if it was a movie or TV show. So it does sort of work. Here we have from Rarity Investigates, with Rarity a shadow spade, investigating the mystery. But there is one thing that could help this picture out, and here it is. There you go, now we got an awesome contrast of shadow and light. This doesn't seem to be from any episode I can think of. Fluttershy learning to swim and Rainbow Dash trying to prank everyone with that shark fin accessory, which, much to my disappointment, does not exist in real life. This seems more like a fan art idea for an episode that never happened, and it would probably be pretty cute if Fluttershy had to learn to swim in an episode. But other than being a really cool idea, I don't know what this is. Here's a great moment from Thanks for the Memories, with Rainbow Dash looking sad and worried over Kent, and Fluttershy in the foreground, but softened out and put out of focus. It looks as if a real camera was really on actors, and real-life physics was affecting the camera, putting one thing out of focus and another thing into focus. It's a nice little detail that the artist thought up. And I love this rainbow banner on the wall as well. Spite from the Equestria games. Nice action pose, great word bubbles. It's laid out like a comic strip with the danger and then the action and then the result of action. A 3-part action-packed picture with all kinds of motion lines, borders, Spite's arms going over the borders. It's a really great lineup that's perfect for a comic strip. Stepping away from the anime TV show idea and going back to the comic book idea. It would really be a great layout if this was part of an ongoing page in a comic book version of that episode. Here's a great picture for Tradia, which shows a whole ton of things going on. As opposed to focusing on one moment of the episode, it's a collage of multiple different things that happened in that episode. What's interesting about this one is a lot of the characters are holding things with their mouths, which they normally wouldn't be doing if they were humans. This is a great picture of Twilight Sparkle at the Hayburger. And what makes this picture extra specially interesting is the fact that there's a hub logo in the corner. This makes it look even more like an actual episode. I absolutely love the background and the extra details on the windows and their reflections, and all the stuff on the other side of the windows. The other character, the details on the food, the details on her face, all of it's amazing. Here's a couple of fun pictures. These are pictures of moments of the My Little Pony human characters doing things that would totally happen if this was a rated for teens audience series instead of a rated for kids audience series, and they perfectly illustrate moments that happen in anime all the time that I'd love to have seen happen in canon on the series if had the characters been humans. Perhaps the missed opportunities of the Equestria Girls series, or perhaps a moment that is yet to come. This is a real nice original picture of Applejack carrying a Christmas tree and showing off that insanely crazy Earth Pony strength. And it's perfect for this time of year. This picture of Fluttershy, also from Make New Friends but Keep Discord, is a little different variant. Still in the anime style and still looks like it belongs in an episode, but it's just a slightly different art style with a little thicker lines, I think. Still works for what it's supposed to be, however. And that's about all I have to say for this critique of this particular artist's work. Though I do have one hope for this series, and that would be to see more of the same artwork, but from the earlier seasons. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you take the time to review this artist's work and check out his DeviantArt in person with the link below. Thank you for watching, and good night.